Hi, it's me again, and yeah, I found another one in a paper giving out advice about the TV licence fee. So I thought we could have a look at it because mostly it's rubbish, isn't it? Mostly it's rubbish. Now, granted, this isn't in one of the big papers. This is in, well, it's quite a big paper, to be fair, I'd imagine. Liverpool Echo is where it's at, and it's written, by, who was it? Lydia Bacon. So let's see what you're made out of then. Lydia Bacon, shall we? I haven't read this, I only skimmed it briefly. I thought we could read it together. I'll try not to bang on for too long about it. So where are we? TV licence rules for Netflix, Sky, Amazon Prime, Disney and others. What you need to be aware of. You can be fined up to £1,000 if you watch or record live TV without a TV licence. Starting to sound like one of the letters there. Lydia Bacon, you've been talking to TV licensing. Have you? That sounds like one of their scary letters. Why put that at the top? Who are you trying to scare? You try to sell licenses? I know I've got adverts turned off on here by using an ad blocker. Is there a TV license advert on here if I turn the ad blocker off? Anyway, let's crack on. There is often confusion about TV licenses. Yeah, tell me about it. You want to see some of the emails I get? I'm still getting emails every day, hundreds a week, asking for help. I try and help as many people as I can. It's kept purposely confusing. But anyway, back to the point of the video. Households who have a subscription with Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney or Sky might be wondering if TV licence rules apply to them. Many people wrongly believe they do not need to pay for a licence when in fact they do, and it could result in a hefty fine. Okay, right. So, no information yet. And an interesting thing about papers, I don't know a lot about a lot, but I know a little about a little. Right? And I know that in publications, most people don't read what's called in the trade below the fold, which is like the first third. That's why when you go on a newspaper article, most of the ads will be in the first third of the article. Because most people can't be asked, frankly, to read down when it's paragraphs of writing. They don't care. Like if you go on the Daily Mail website, you click a story, the entire story is in like 5 bullet points. You don't need to read the story. That's why they do it. So anything sort of below this point, well, it's a huge, I forget the percentage, it's like 80% of people who read this article won't see it because they won't scroll down. But we're going to. Many viewers are switching to online streaming services such as Netflix, Amazon Prime and Disney+, but Brits who want to watch live TV or use BBC's iPlayer service must fork out for a licence for their home. Okay, that's not too bad, Lydia Bacon. Is it? We've got to drop this live TV bit and change it to broadcast TV because it still causes confusion. So many people email me and say, so if I don't watch the live football, it's all right, but I can still watch Coronation Street because that's not live, is it? That was filmed 3 months ago. They're just showing it tonight. No, it's broadcast TV is what they mean. If we change that word, I'll give her a pass on that little paragraph there. Right, what is a TV licence and when do I need one? Let's get into the meat of this. A TV licence gives the holder legal permission to use television receiving equipment such as an aerial to watch programmes that are being shown on TV. So if you're watching a TV show while it's going out live, you need a licence. How can a small paragraph be wrong and right at the same time? A TV licence gives the holder legal permission to use television. No, it doesn't. I haven't paid the licence nigh on 10 years, as many regular viewers will know. I'm sitting in front of television receiving equipment. This little laptop here can receive broadcast TV. I could get it if I wanted to. Behind the camera here is a 55-inch, cheap, really cheap, old telly, which could be used to receive TV signals, but it's not. The licence fee isn't based on the equipment, it's based on what you use that equipment to do. If you use your equipment to watch or record anything as being broadcast or access BBC iPlayer, you need a licence. But you don't need a licence to have the equipment. You still have an aerial on the roof. My old place, before I moved, I had a Sky dish on it, not mine, from the previous tenant, and an aerial on the roof, not mine, from the previous tenant. But it's not a problem because I wasn't using them. So I didn't have to pay the licence fee. But then she goes on in that little paragraph to say, so if you're watching a TV show while it's going out live, you need a licence. True. No matter how you access it, it's true. But change live to being broadcast. That includes watching the shows through paid-for services like Sky, Virgin and Now TV, on a computer, on an app, on a games console. Okay, fair enough. You also need one if you use BBC's iPlayer to watch any content, as TV licences fund the BBC. TV licences fund the BBC? and yet you still have to pay it if you want to watch ITV. Makes perfect sense. Biggest scam going. How they're still getting away with it, I don't know. But yeah, it's true. Doesn't matter what device you're doing it on. If you want to watch broadcast TV or use BBC iPlayer, you've got to pay a licence fee. Okay, I don't like how it's written, but yeah, okay, fair enough. If you are watching other apps like ITV Player, you need a licence if you're watching the shows that go out live. Change live to being broadcast, and I'll give you a pass on that, Lydia. You also need a licence if you're recording live TV to watch later. Yep, fair dues. However, you do not need one if you're watching shows on catch-up streaming services such as Netflix, Amazon Prime, ITVX, plus YouTube, all 4 5. This applies as long as you're not watching anything live through these services. Again, not bad, but YouTube is a sticking point in that. You know, if you're on ITVX or all 4 on My5, you can watch all the stuff you want on demand, but that little bit up on the menu that says live, watch the channel live or whatever it says, I don't really use these apps, you can't press that if you don't pay the licence fee. But YouTube, like if a numpty like me wants to go live on here, I'm not a telly channel, you can watch me. But you can't go and watch like Sky News or GB News being broadcast live on here. You can watch their catch-up stuff on here. Yeah, YouTube's a tricky one. Did I expect her to explain that? Yeah, we get a bit long, wouldn't it? I don't know. But it's not bad, so it's not brilliant, but it's not bad so far, is it? You can be fined up to £1,000 if you watch or record live TV without a TV licence. I would like her to say you can put can in or bold or italics or something. The average fine, in fact, though, which would be a nice little add-on, is about £150. That's what she should say, isn't it? What does a TV licence pay for? The money goes to fund the BBC, which is Britain's state-owned propaganda broadcasting set. Hang on. I haven't got my glasses on again. I keep seeing words that aren't there. Sorry, yeah. But you've got to pay the licence fee to the BBC in order to watch Channel 4 or Discovery Channel or QVC if that's your cup of tea. How does that make any sense? How have they got away with it for so long? And how are the other channels not getting involved? It beggars belief, doesn't it? So we've got some bullet points here. Let's have a look at these bullet points. You need to be covered by a TV licence if you watch live TV, change live to broadcast on any channel or device. This includes, if you're watching TV on online set, okay. All channels, not just BBC, okay. If you watch a programme recorded late, okay. If you watch a programme on a delay, okay. Repeats, or to record repeats, to watch or record programmes on +1 channel. So not many people pick up on that. I get so many comments and emails about that. But people think there's all these loopholes about watching stuff that's being broadcast. Right? If I watch it on a +1, doesn't count, right? Because it's not as it's being broadcast. It's an hour delay. It's not an hour delay. The +1 channel is a completely separate channel, showing a show as it's being broadcast. It just so happens to be the same show that was over here on another channel an hour ago. It's not. We've got to stop looking for loopholes. I get so many emails about loopholes. Don't watch a recording things being broadcast. Don't access BBC iPlayer. It couldn't be simpler. We don't need loopholes. So these, actually, the bullet points, she's not got a bad score. It could be better. Some of it's confusing. Some of the wording's off. Oh, what do I know? I'm not a journalist, right? I think the highest score we've had was in The Sun. It was a 9.5, wasn't it? Good score, solid score. I mean, I wouldn't give a 10 out even if I wrote it. But yeah, solid score that. I'll tell you what, she changed a couple of the words here. And as I said about this reading below the fold thing, right? Those bullet points there, if she took those and put them at the top, that'd be the first thing people see. And that's all the information pretty much you need to know, isn't it? Couldn't be easier. Just chuck on there underneath it or something, or on top of it. You don't need a licence if you don't watch or record anything that's being broadcast. Use BBC iPlayer, but you can use ITVX, Now TV, all that. Then she'd get a high score, I think, with a bit of wording changes as well. What do you reckon? So we chuck her a 7, and if I'll check it, and if they do happen to stumble across this video and make the changes, I'll bump their score up. What do you reckon? Just having a look, see if there's any comments on it. I like reading the comments on local paper articles. Main one there is Angry Dude. The TV licence is a con. Couldn't agree more. Angry Dude. Let me know what you think about this one down in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. Hit the buttons and all of that stuff, and hopefully I'll see you in another video again soon. Ta-da.